Tao Te Ching 79. Failure is an opportunity. If you blame someone else, there is no end to the blame. Therefore, the master fulfills his own obligations and corrects his own mistakes. He does what he needs to do and demands nothing of others. Tao Te Ching 79. Encouragement along the way. This is a video series on the wisdom of the Tao Te Ching. All chapters 1 through 81, and we are on 79. Can you guys believe it? Praise the Lord. This is a short one, but a very profound one. Again, the Tao Te Ching is the book of the way written by Lao Tzu thousands of years ago. Tao Te Ching translates to the book of the way, or simply the way. And some call it a manual on mastering the art of living. Do you seek to master the art of living, seeker? Well, Lao Tzu, the author of the book, wrote the book of the way to aid the master who has mastered the art of living, to point the way to the way. What does Lao Tzu think he's doing? Can this even be done? Well, let's dive in and see if it can be. Is this just a highfalutin philosophical musing, or is this applicable for our age? Is this only relevant for some monk who's dedicated their whole life to prayer, alone on the side of a mountain somewhere? Is this only achievable for that person? Or is this achievable for the common man? You and I are all potentially the master. The master is potentially us. Let's get into Tao Te Ching 79 and see if we can apply the wisdom to our lives and our age. Tao Te Ching 79. Failure is an opportunity. The Tao says, which is more destructive? Success or failure? Fascinating thought, right? Which is more important? Happiness or success? Failure is an opportunity. If you blame someone else, there is no end to the blame. What is Lao Tzu telling us here? Well, the victim mentality is not the way, according to the Tao. The outrage posture is not the way. Failure is an opportunity. If you blame someone else, there is no end to the blame. If you claim victimness in your being, if you take on the identity of the victim, you become one with a victim and therefore view things as being a victim from the perspective of the victim mentality. This is not the way. Therefore, the master fulfills his own obligations and corrects his own mistakes. See, the Tao Te Ching, the book of the way, it is a very individualistic path. It is a very depend on no other person outside of your being, outside of your own sovereignty, outside of your own individual self. The Tao encourages individualism, individuality, finding your own way of doing things, achieving your own form of mastery. Because the master that is described in the book is someone who has mastered the art of living. And the principles are the same. They've ran to their center, to the core of their being, to the center of grace within their heart, and they have stayed there. They've ran there as fast as they could, and they've held on to it, and nothing's going to move them. Hell or high water, nothing's going to move them from their center. They are there forever, and they abide in their center, in the center of grace within their heart, in the middle of their heart, in the center of their being. And they also implement Wei Wu Wei, which is doing, not doing, which is the main theme of the Tao. Way wu way, doing not doing, being not being, action non-action. When nothing is done, nothing is left undone. True mastery can only be gained by letting things go their own way. It cannot be gained by interfering. The master fulfills his own obligations and corrects his own mistakes. No victim blaming, no victim mentality, no blaming others, no outrage, no woe is me, no the man's getting me down, even if he is. If you are at your center, no big deal. The good, the bad, and the ugly, you can take it all for what it is. It's no big deal at all. At all. Because you simply remain in your center and you let all things come and go effortlessly. Because that's what the master does. He simply stays at the center of the circle and lets all things come and go effortlessly. The master fulfills his own obligations and corrects his own mistakes. He does what he needs to do and demands nothing of others. Woo, doggy. Is this one a call out? Is this a personal attack to any of y'all? He does what he needs to do and demands nothing of others. Are you demanding anything from anyone else in life? Any relationships that you're in? Any relationships that you have? Family, friends, loved ones, physical, intimate relationships? Are you demanding anything of anyone? Trying to dominate goes against the current of the Tao. Domination is not the way, according to Lao Tzu. Pride is not the way. Yielding is the way. Softness is the way. Not hardness, not rigidness, but yielding and softness and suppleness. He does what he needs to do and demands nothing of others. Radical responsibility. Radical gratitude. Simply stay at the center of the circle and let all things come and go effortlessly. That is the easier way. That's the better way. That's what the master does. That's how he lives. By the grace of God, I can tell you guys right now, I can testify that I live like that. I've implemented Wei Wu Wei as my experiential life. I have also implemented holding on to my center. I have forgiven everyone of everything, of every wrong they've ever wronged me. Any way anyone's ever failed me, I've forgiven them. And I am free. Jesus says, go and forgive, and your Father in heaven will forgive you when you forgive everyone else of everything. Forgiveness is key. Staying at your center is key. Wei Wu Wei is key. There are other spiritual techniques to the Tao. But mostly it's just being, it's just existing. It's being like nature, it's becoming nature, it's mastering nature. But not by controlling nature, but by becoming nature. So, let's read this again in its fullness, because it's so short. Tao Te Ching 79. Failure is an opportunity. If you blame someone else, there is no end to the blame. Therefore, the master fulfills his own obligations and corrects his own mistakes. He does what he needs to do and demands nothing of others. May you have a blessed day, the rest of your day. And guys, we got 2 more. Hopefully you'll listen to them and hopefully they'll benefit you and bless you. I love you all. I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then.